Hutchins from Florida Coastal Cooking and Wellness, your source for plant-based tips, recipes, inspiration, and more to help you live your healthiest life. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever struggled with abundance in any area of your life, whether it be health, finances, relationships, or career? If so, you are going to be so excited about my special interview with the Lisa Nichols. Lisa is a world-renowned transformational speaker that was one of the featured experts in the film The Secret, based on the law of attraction and the power of positive thinking. She's the best-selling author of 6 books, the CEO of the corporation Motivating the Masses, and she's touched the lives of almost 30 million people. She started out as a single mom living in South Central LA on public assistance, and now she's this incredible multimillionaire businesswoman. Her stories have encouraged, challenged, and inspired people from all around the world to discover their gifts and their purpose. Her 7th book, called Abundance Now, is a blueprint of personal stories, inspiring quotes, and real-life case studies. She's been all over the media. She's been on Oprah, The Steve Harvey Show, Extra, Good Morning America, The Today Show, and much more. And then her list of awards and honors has been massive and includes the Humanitarian Award from the country of South Africa, the Ambassador Award, and the Lego Foundation's Heart of Learning Award. The city of Henderson, Nevada named November 20th as Motivating the Team Spirit Day, and the city of Houston, Texas named May 9th Lisa Nichols Day for her dedication to service, philanthropy, and healing. I know you're probably as excited as I am to learn more about her 7th book, Abundance Now, and get started on our road to abundance in 2016. So on page 31 of the book, you say to envision your perfect workday, which I love this exercise. And one way to be sure that you fill your day with joyful, satisfying work is to focus on your outstanding ability. But I know so many people that know what they're doing isn't fulfilling, and they feel moved to discover their purpose, but they don't know what their outstanding ability is. So, in fact, I know a certain man who wants to find his purpose, but he isn't sure what direction to go in. He says he's the jack of all trades, master of none. So how do you assist people in finding their outstanding ability if they can't see it?
A lot of times I just ask a series of questions, and I think what people get dismayed in is that they want their outstanding ability to be like a superhero ability.
Yeah.
And many people's outstanding ability is very, very simple. It's not a superhero ability. I mean, that's, the comic books. And so I ask a series of questions, what do you do well and effortlessly? And what's funny is when I'm talking to people, Dawn, and we're discovering their outstanding ability, they're like avoiding it. They don't want to say the thing because they don't think it's big enough. Like some people, your outstanding ability is as a communicator maybe, but it's not a keynote speaker on stage. Or their outstanding ability is organization. They effortlessly can organize any environment. Or their outstanding ability is music, not playing music like Usher or like Beyonce, but putting music together like a DJ would, or being able to hear and appreciate sound. So a lot of times I ask enough questions so people can see it's that very simple, effortless thing that you're doing. It's not a superhero ability. It literally is going to be something that that you probably don't give very much credit to because you effortlessly do it.
Yeah.
So you don't have a high value on it, but you and you haven't figured out how to monetize it.
Right. That's the other key.
Right. Most people think they have to monetize their superhero ability or else it doesn't have any value. And the reality is not all of your passion will be created into profit. So that's another myth people have is that, in order for me to live in my purpose has to pay my mortgage, it has to take care of my bills. And that's not the truth. Your purpose could be the thing you do for free, not for fee.
Okay.
And when when you give yourself permission to not have to do it for money, all of a sudden it's like, okay, well then I love, helping children. And okay, great. You don't have to become a school teacher, but can you volunteer? And you see, I write that in the book that when you live in your passion,
Mm-hmm.
whether you do it for free or for fee,
Mm-hmm.
it makes everything else feel better.
Yes, definitely.
So when people look at, I can do my job so I can get paid, so that I can use my money, and I can go and volunteer in recovery shelters,
Mm-hmm.
people recovering from drug addiction. That fills my passion up. Okay, great. My JLB, quote unquote, my JLB is now my investor,
Mm-hmm.
so that my investor can invest in me doing my purpose, because my purpose is not something that I'm going to do for a fee. My purpose is something that I'm going to do for free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And in my case, I worked in corporate America for 13 years, and I had to make that decision, though, for me to make that change. I wanted my passion to be my career. So I'm at the beginning stages of it, but I am enjoying every minute of it, and I'm celebrating each milestone that I reach. And
Right.
I had started building it a few years before I left my corporate job. So I didn't just decide I was going to do it and then leap. And then my dad passed away, and suddenly I decided to make a, fast decision. It had been in the works for a long time. So, I definitely can see both ways, but I like the fact that
I think it's important. I think it's important that you allow the breath of your life
mm-hmm.
to help define how it's going to be. Like, there's not one static way for everyone. We all don't fit. We don't fit in one choice, one option. We have to exercise what does my life call me to do.
Mm-hmm.
My life called me as a single mom of a 2-year-old to save for 3.5 years. And when I got to $62,500 saved, I knew that I could live off of $31,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
That way, it gave me 2 years of income to manage while I find my passion.
Yeah. I love the story about everybody crying as you're in line at the bank. That is too funny.
And I got to tell you, what's really crazy is I got hired to speak at Wells Fargo 2 years ago,
mm-hmm.
which was my bank. And I told them the story, and I almost couldn't teach for the rest of the day because they were all sobbing so hard. Like, they came up to me afterwards and said, "You just did everything for me to understand why I do what I do." Because these people were in human resources. I said, so I never met any of you, but because you're in your role, I'm a young woman with a dream that now had a reality because you were the stewards in helping me to buy my future, buy my freedom. Oh, they were no good. They were like, oh my God, we love you. Oh my God, you are the customer of all customers. I was like, I'm your customer. Like, I know I was hired to come speak to you as a coach, but I am your customer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm the result of you coming to work every day. I'm the result of your dedication. I'm the result of your tolerating the changes in the corporation. I'm the result. They were like, oh, no good.
Now, that's not a ringing endorsement. I don't know what is.
Right? They were like, can you be our spokesperson?
Seriously, they're loving you.
Right. And it was the truth. It was the truth. It was literally, but I tell that story often for people to see. People will get there different ways. You'll get to your passion different ways. Your job is to just be adamant. And to the gentleman that you talked about, what I recommend he does is
mm-hmm.
keep sticking your toe. Just keep sticking your toe into things that excite you,
mm-hmm.
mildly or moderately or significantly excite you. I didn't discover my passion and then run toward it. I kind of stuck my toe in it and said, well, that kind of feels good. Let me try a little more of that. And so it took me years to fully discover it, but I did it one toe in at a time of little things. And I would find something and think I love it, and then I stick more of my foot in and go, no, that didn't feel too good. But I do, like, there's this gentleman who he is a baseball player,
mm-hmm.
and he knew he wasn't good enough to play professional baseball. He knew. He's like, I just know I don't have that kind of game, but I love baseball. So he opened up a kids baseball camp, and he does programs primarily in the summer, but then all year round for kids in baseball. And he literally has a six-figure income, makes about $400,000 a year. His company does. He takes home about 110. Somewhere, but he said, listen, if I was making $110,000 somewhere else in corporate America, I would not be as happy as I am on the baseball field.
Yes. Yeah.
We have an all or nothing mentality, and it's not an all or nothing. It's like Lego. Your life is like Lego pieces. You can pull it apart and put it back together and piece it and customize it. And we have a tendency to look at life in a box, as if this is what being a lawyer looks like. This is what being a doctor looks like. This is what being a teacher looks like. And there's so many Lego pieces that go, no, what do you love? How can you do it differently?
Yeah, and I think people are so